Have you ever felt disappointed with God? As in you prayed and expected healing or a miracle and nothing happened, leaving you to have questions like, if God is real, then why did he allow this to happen to me? Or why is it that the good people seem to always get sick or suffer the most, while evil people are living happily ever afters? You had these thoughts? You're not alone. We've all been there. But what will there be to gain if all of our prayers were answered with a yes? We will easily destroy and idolize ourselves without learning the necessary lessons of faith, which truly activates us supernaturally. At the end of the day, our destination is heaven, right? And physical and materialistic things cannot go there. So at our departure, even our physical bodies stay here on earth. But what will qualify us to enter through the white pearly gates if we have nothing to show for it? If your entire life was displayed as a resume, what will your spiritual requirements section look like? As in the things you did behind closed doors that made God proud, or the seeds of kindness and faith you deposited through your good deeds and actions. Because that will be the most important aspect. If God was to analyze and dissect your heart and your secret motives, what will he find? See, the kingdom of God is not about money, titles, or assets. The start of it is actually believing that God created and destined you to be here. And through Christ, the price of salvation was paid. And with that belief, we must also pray to be able to not only have faith, but have understanding. Having the understanding that although we may pray, do our best to seek God's face, and surrender our lives, at the end of the day, final choices and decisions rest only with God. Having the understanding that he determines all end goals and everything is happening for our highest good, even if it doesn't make sense to us. The Abraham was known as a man of faith because he was willing to sacrifice his son. In the process, although he didn't understand this strange request, he had the understanding that God determines all. So with a heavy heart, he followed through. He had no idea that he was being tested with an unseen measure, which was his faith. And at the end, he was blessed beyond measure. To this day known as the father of many nations. Job, who lost everything, was the only human recorded that walked in a perfect way before God. He prayed, offered sacrifices for his entire household, just in case they made mistakes. But one day he lost everything, his kids and his health in the blink of an eye. But he too, like Abraham, had understanding that God determines it all. And at the end of it, he also passed his test of faith and was rewarded with twice as much as he had before. Having understanding doesn't mean that you have to be super religious and do everything right, because we're not all perfect and we sin daily, even in our thoughts. But it's the belief that when you have tried your best, you will accept the end result of outcomes, trusting that God knows best and there was a reason and a bigger picture that is not yet revealed to you. King Nebuchadnezzar in the book of Daniel was not a man who followed God's ways. He believed in God after Daniel interpreted his dream, but he also believed in his idols, enchanters, and magicians. but he did not have true understanding in God's ways. His pride and accomplishments blinded him, until one day God shape-shifted him into an animal, and then he found out. Daniel 4:26 specifically explained that his judgment will be a moment of refining until he understood that ultimately heaven rules. So friend, let's be real with ourselves. Yes, at times situations will leave us disappointed, questioning why God allowed certain things to happen. But that is not the end of your story. Perhaps you are going through a test that you are not aware of. You are not expected to be or react perfectly. Everyone processes differently. The only expectation of you at this moment is to have faith with understanding that God determines it all. And if you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs encouragement. You never know the silent battles others are facing. And remember, you are loved. You are so loved. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.